Hey guys, so welcome to a WoW Weekly with Myst. And this week we actually have more than 3 minutes of content for those that didn't catch it last week. Last week we literally had nothing to really discuss, so the video was only like 3 minutes. But there's a lot more for this week, so we'll start with the events. So for this week's events, starting Tuesday, we have the Arena Skirmish. There'll also be the PvP Brawl, which is the Erethi Blizzard one. And the one I'm looking forward to is the Raid, Crucible of Storms. It will open up for Normal and Heroic tomorrow. For those that maybe don't get a chance to raid the normal, heroic, or mythic due to work schedules or whatnot, and maybe you go into LFR. LFR will open up with the mythic difficulty as well on April 23rd. So normal and heroic will be on Tuesday. And then Mythic and LFR will be on the 23rd. And keep in mind, LFR always opens one wing at a time, so it'll just be the first wing of LFR on the 23rd. And for those curious regarding the item level of gear that you can get from there, LFR will give 375 for the first boss and 380 for the second boss. Normal will give 390 for the first boss and 395 for the second. Heroic will give 405 for the first boss and 410 for the second boss. And for Mythic, you'll get 420 off the first boss and 425 off the second boss. So yes, it is a pretty short raid. It's only 2 bosses. I have heard that they are going to be doing another mythic race. I feel like it's kind of weird to do a mythic race for 2 bosses, but if you are interested in watching like Method and all them, it looks like they are doing a race for 2 bosses. And I am really looking forward to one other thing that is coming to us on Tuesday, which will be the PTR. So 8.2 is, starting to make its way into WoW, and the PTR opens up and we'll be able to kind of see what's going on. Right now, I do have a few things I can share with you, but without the PTR open, there's not a whole lot of info because we haven't been able to get in there. And then also there's the fact that even if you could get into the PTR right now, they always change things. It's the whole reason of the PTR, right? Testing, and then they kind of fiddle around with some stuff. So yeah, that's why I don't do my videos till later for the patch videos, is because if I did them like as soon as things are announced, like pretty much every YouTuber does, I'd just be going back to that video and either redoing it or adding comments in the comment section. Like, so much stuff gets changed. So that's why with the patch videos, you always see them when there's a release date. That's generally what I wait for. I record my videos if they need edited. Within the time we do that editing, but I never actually release those videos to the YouTube channel until I'm able to tell you right in that video the date that the patch is going to drop. And we probably won't even hear what that date is till June. I'm figuring we're probably not even going to see 8.2 till July. So yeah, so we've got a little time there. Okay, so first up is there's going to be a change in our necklace. There'll be essences that we collect for it. As you can see, the necklace kind of looks very similar to how the artifact weapon looked in Legion. So it'll be kind of that same deal, except it doesn't look like you're going to have as huge of a path as you did in Legion with the artifact, but kind of same deal. And then your essence has like your major power and your minor power, as you can see in this picture here. Okay, so next up is this mega dungeon, and it's been a while since WoW has actually seen a dungeon that's been this huge. So this is basically an 8-boss dungeon, and obviously out in Mechagon. And so this one's kind of similar to the size of Kara, and it's gonna unlock around the time we see Ashera's Palace unlock. Okay, so next up is the raid. It'll be Ashera's Eternal Palace. It has 8 bosses. It's going to be underwater. And this one will probably unlock a little after 8.2 drops, just like they have been doing for quite a while now. Generally, they don't release the raid with the actual drop of the patch. So, of course, there's no official date because we're not even in PTR yet, but I would estimate from the time they drop the patch, you're probably looking at 3 to 4 weeks before you see the raid actually be available. So in other words, we probably will not be able to enter this raid till I would say around August. Okay, so also on the topic of new stuff, I guess we should mention the new zone, which is where the raid is and all that. So that would be Anajatar. Another new zone will be the Mechagon, which is a little smaller than Anajatar, but rumored to be bigger than Timeless Isle was in Myst area. This area will have a lot of stuff to do. There's big achievement, there's a lot of grinding, there's a wheel mount you can get out there, a crab mount, a robot pet, snapdragon mount, bunch of stuff. And these are gonna be what I'm hoping are actual rares, because they made mention that these rares will have long timers like the ones in the past have. So it will actually feel like you're actually hunting a rare, which I've felt so far in BFA it doesn't feel that way when the rares respawn within like 10 minutes. So yeah. Okay, so for all you people that love the islands, haha, just kidding, there is 2 new island zones, Crestfall and Snow Blossom. So this one really interested me, the return of Ashron. I've missed that since they removed it, so I'm really excited about that one. And then, of course, there'll be some new PvP mounts, a Mechagon Arena, and some more PvP reward mounts. Okay, and of course, what everyone's been hoping for, flying. And when you get it, you will actually get this this mount. Looks like the pet. The pet's already available, feathers. But yeah, you'll get this mount. And there's not a whole lot of info regarding flying yet. As soon as I know, I will release a video for that. I usually do the flying video as a whole separate video because it usually entails a lot. And I like to release it like as soon as possible so that you guys are prepared by the time 8.2 shows up. All we really know so far is that these new zones, of course, they're going to have rep in them. You're going to need that rep. You will need to be revered with the new factions. And yeah, that's all we know so far. I can guarantee you there's a hell of a lot more to it. There's probably some achievements tied to that. Most likely some stuff that you need to do before you can even get out to those new zones. And yeah, and like I said, you know, I'll know more once the PTR opens up, and I'll do a video on that for you guys. Another new thing will be that the Battle for Stromgarde will be in Heroic. I'm sure they're going to do it to Darkshore and all that. They're just starting with Stromgarde since it was the first Warfront to come out. Of course, it'll have better gear. You can make them flexible so they can be like 10 to 20 players. And you can also lose these ones. So it is possible to lose these Warfronts when they're in Heroic. Okay, so I figured I'd save the best for last. So also for the 8.2, there's going to be mount equipment. So basically what that means is, for starters, your Water Strider is going to be nerfed. Basically, it can't walk on water for the most part. And what they're doing in replace of that is you can see these 3 items here. Okay, you can see that one deploys you in the air there. Another is for dazing, and another is for walking on water. I imagine pretty much everyone's gonna probably have the water one, but depending on what role or what character you are, you may want something else. You apply it once, all your mounts will have access to it. So say you want the water one. Once you put it in there, every single mount you got there can walk on water. And I imagine they did this because there's a lot of water areas, right? I think 8.2 is going to be pretty much all water. So I think that was one of the biggest reasons for this. Okay, now we will finish up this Islands while I give you some info on some other stuff. Okay, so a couple of things that you might want to know is there's going to be some nerfs coming in 8.2. It'll be Outlaw Rogues and Prot Warriors. And the Vengeance Demon Hunter and Guardian Druids are up for some buffs, and that's all we know so far as the class changes. Of course, there'll be the new season for mythics and stuff, and something will replace reaping. I don't know what yet. As soon as I do, I'll let you guys know. There's also going to be a new battle pet dungeon at Stratholme, so that should be interesting, and it's going to include a alarm bot and slug pets. Also, there must have been enough complaints on the forums regarding Caverns of Time, because they have intentions to add it into the Stormwind and Orgrimmar portal rooms. So yeah, I thought it was weird that they removed that to begin with, but yeah. Unfortunately, by the time 8.2 rolls around, I will have gone adapted to flying there. So yeah, I hate when they're constantly changing things, and they had to have known there would be some angry people regarding Caverns of Time, since it holds so many different dungeons and raids in it. And one last thing to add is these are new trinkets that you'll get pretty early into 8.2. They have to do with the new area of Mechagon. So basically, once you start questing there, you're gonna obtain this, and it helps you throughout, your questing and your rep and all that, which of course you're gonna want because you're gonna need this rep for flying. Okay, and that is it, guys. So a bit of a longer video for this week, but I just thought I'd throw out some of that info. This info will come back into play when I do the PTR video, and which will be much later, but anything new that I find along the way, I'll let you guys know in the weekly videos. And yeah, because all this will remain in 8.2, but certain things regarding it are going to change along the way, and that's a big reason why we do the actual 8.2 video a lot later, when everything's kind of secure and nothing's going to change anymore on it, or at least not till after 8.2's been live. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. We will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.